11 kilometers per second is known as the escape velocity. It is the amount of force or speed that one must travel in order to escape the Earth's gravity. And so the reason I use that term is because in order to soar, to become a star, to reach out into the heavens, you have to escape the forces that bear you down. The biggest of which is fear of judgment of others, and then our addiction to comfort. In this YouTube channel, what I do is I discuss the things that must be done for us to reach our potential. Hello, beautiful people. What I want to talk about today is midlife crisis. Midlife crisis and why it is not too late. That's how I'm gonna call it. All right, so most people know what a midlife crisis is. It's like a time period where, it's associated with like being bad, like these, a lot of times it's, I think people think of it as a man's thing, but I think, some people might see it as women doing that as well. But you get to a point, when you're of a certain age, you start to consider your mortality. Around 40, we start to question the choices we have made, the personas that we opted into, even though that wasn't truly us. We don't feel satisfied for one reason or another. And we're like, no, we're going to be making a shift. And I think it happens either for two reasons. One is, 40 is 10 years away from 50. And those numbers are very tangible for us in our heads. Like 50 is half of 100. It's like, damn, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to, die. And we start to think about death for those reasons. It's like, listen, I have 10 years to make a change because I'm going to be 50. I need to change stuff. And I think the other reason is, around 40, our parents are up there in age, and we're starting to see parents, starting to be people who are attending our friends' families' funerals, or we are burying our parents. And so it becomes much more real to us than it was when we were younger. And so it's like, I only have a short time. I'm wasting my time and I'm not even really feeling good here. Like, I got to change some things around. And so that's why people are like, okay, I want to do all this. And they start buying motorcycles and, expensive cars and, starting to do ridiculous things. Going out, being out in these streets, cheating, or the other things that might be out there. And, I think that is a time that there is a lot of opportunity for growth as well. And Think and Grow Rich, they say that, most millionaires do not get there until they're 40. So, crisis. People say this all the time. In Japanese, the words for crisis is danger and opportunity. So there is a danger of you going off the rails, but there's also an opportunity for you to say, okay, I'm making some changes and growing. And, if you're 40 or 50, a lot of people could get to the point where they do step out a little bit, but then fear overwhelms them and they don't keep going in that direction. So most people tend to think of midlife crisis as somebody who went crazy and then got back and said, you know what, let me respect myself and, watch my kids and stop spending all my retirement funds and be with my wife, because I'm much more fat and ugly than than I thought, and all these beautiful girls I thought were gonna be jumping on me or are not, you know, and so they get themselves back into that same old pattern. And the truth is that whatever it is that you want to do, you can freaking learn to do it. You can go out and go work out, get a six pack. You can go out and learn how to be charismatic. You can go out and start making more money. It's not too late, is really the point. It's not too late to do whatever the hell is going to make your heart happy. If you do this exercise and take a look at some of these Facebook and Google photos that are saved, you'll realize how much has happened. Like, just Google what was going on 5 years ago, and you'll see two things. One, how quickly time has passed, but also how much work has, how much has been done, how much has happened in 5 years. And I'm saying 5 years because like, literally, you can be on a really good path if you are consistent for 5 years. And you do another, like, once you're on that good path, you can feel good. And then another 5 years from there, you can really be where you want to be. It's really that short a time, 5 years, 10 years at most, to be ultimately where you want to be. But 5 years to be on that path and feeling good about your direction is really what it takes. It's not too late. So get started, and don't feel like it's all over, because it's not. And don't let anybody tell you that it is, on that, especially your own self, our biggest critics. So and ultimately, like, wants there to be, like, again, you understand this, you're at the stage where you understand that death is coming. So what is the point of sitting here and not trying anyways? So the issue is that it is about consistency for those 5 years. That's why we talk about figuring out a way to get the work done when you don't want to do it, when your tendency as a human being is to avoid pain, to avoid work, when your tendency as a human being is to be on autopilot and just work off of habits that you've already created. It's going to be difficult, but it is about doing those things consistently for that amount of time, at least 5 years. If you think you're going to see the results next day, you're in trouble. But yeah, be consistent about that for 5 years, and you'll see how much is accomplished. But if you think you're going to do so much in 1 year, good luck to you. It accumulates. So get started, but plan for the long haul. Don't try to get to where you're going to, the things you want tomorrow. Again, this is why it's important about who you want to become, not the things you want to get. Who do you want to become? What does that person do? Then start doing that. You just keep doing it, whether or not you get anywhere. Just become who you want to be. Be proud when ultimately you're done and you have grandkids and the people are coming in and looking at you as a patriarch or a matriarch and saying, okay, here's what this guy was able to accomplish, this girl was able to accomplish. So that's it. Have your midlife crisis and grow from it. All right. Thank you for your time. Our most valuable resource. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.